Alright, so I'll definitely go ahead and point this out. And, I was talking to one of my subscribers last week, Adrian, and or let me know, as you guys may know down in the comments below, as you guys may see him, especially on Overlord, since he is a big Overlord fan. And I was saying, he was telling me that he's like, they skipped some stuff. They skipped quite a bit of stuff, actually. And I told him I couldn't see it because I was not a light novel reader. And I asked you guys, as light novel readers who have read it, is it hurting the show? Is it hindering it? And my answer is yes, it is. Because we're switching episodic narratives now, right? It's a new narrative every episode. Like, it's like half the episode's a different narrative, and then we switch back on to an old narrative, like the Sebas part in this episode, compared to the Kingdom. We are, it's skipping content to where it's ruining the flow of the show, therefore making it somewhat kind of confusing. Some of you guys are probably like, wait a minute, isn't Lady Andra bad? It wasn't she working for those guys at the table? But it seems as if she clearly is bad, but is she really? I don't know if she's working for the kingdom to help the kingdom, or working for her own self gain per se. And it's kind of weird because whenever we saw them at the table, it was so vague. Everything just was just kind of like that, and that's due to them skipping material. Everything being vague and switching the episodic narrative, or having an episodic narrative every other half. First half of the episode, first 10-12 minutes, this is what this is about. Second half, this is what this is about, and we're kind of switching this in between so many different topics within the show right now. It's kind of hard to follow, and I do see how these things tie in, but it just feels as if it could have they could have way better flow. And sadly, I think that is due to the fact that this is only a 12 episode anime. If this was going to be a 24 episode, I could see like the Sebas episode, everything would have been taken care of in last week's episode. Like the first half of last week's episode, wherever Tuare, where he picked her up and saved her life from those people, and the second half of this episode, where those people, where they get found out, that would have been one episode. This is 24 episodes, and then they would have hopped on to the political aspect of all this stuff, and probably had this episode would have been based on just the Princess Rainer and Lady Andra and her servant and Stronghoff. That's what this episode would have been focused on. But instead, they're cutting the source material down so they can fit it within a 12 episode season, seasonal anime. Make it a seasonal anime instead of a two season anime. So that's really what's going on there, and it is hindering the show. The past two episodes, I think last week's episode, it hinders it now based off of what we've seen from this week's episode, and that sucks because it should not be that way. Overlord made a lot of money. I mean, Madhouse, did you really plan on making a season 3 for Overlord in general? I've never seen you make a season 3. I think there's like 2 shows that may have had a season 3. I don't even think that. Maybe 2 shows. I can't, don't quote me. I don't know for sure, but I'm like 95% sure Madhouse doesn't even have a season 3 to its name. I'm trying to think of one. Maybe one or two. But I can't think of one off the top of my head. So, I mean, that's big shows like the Regular at the Magic High School. I hate it, like it, whatever you may, it sells a shit ton of Blu-ray disc, and the movie did amazing too. So I mean they didn't even pick a One Punch Man back up, and that was a show that broke the barrier. It broke not just the anime community, it broke into true mainstream media. It broke just our community. It faded, it leaked into other communities as well. So I mean that's something to think about. Why not just go all out? If you're gonna cut corners, why not just go all out for this? So the woman that has been questioning Sebas every step of the way, that lives in the mansion with him, we find out that she's a POS. She is saying that Sebas has betrayed them. And now I want some more context on that situation. I need some more information. Is she saying, yeah, he's betrayed us and doing what he wants to do in order to protect this girl? He's too soft-hearted, or is she just saying he's working for someone else? Like how is she going to say that to Lord Ainz? And I would say Lord Ainz, there's no way you could believe her. But we don't know that for sure, because Sebas is the main butler. He is head butler. He is supposed to be the most loyal. Who is this girl to Lord Ainz? She's not Sebas. I'll tell you that much right now. So that's something that we got to think about right there. I'm not really sure how to take that. I haven't liked it the whole time. I think this is all about equality once again. I think it's about her thinking that she's just a regular human being, therefore she is not on par with Sebas and her, and that's how she's been acting. So I don't like her character at all. I think she's a bad, terrible person. But we also do find out that Seba says there's about 41 to 50. He says 41 and maybe a few more than that, so we can say 41 to 46 or 47 right around there. But we'll just do 41 to 50, somewhere in that area, that general area right there. So now that's cool to see because we obviously know Sebas is strong. Let's just be honest. He's the head butler. He's a badass. Let's just be honest. He is strong as shit. So that's cool to see, kind of the power scaling, and I'm sure he's just as strong as some of the other, guardians of Nazarick. So it makes you wonder how many people out there, where do they rank? Of like the 9 of them, where do they rank? I mean, there's a lot of room in that top 46 to 50 people. I mean, there's a lot of room, and I'm sure it doesn't just go Lord Ainz and every number 1 and every guardian. The top 10 spots are all them. I'm sure that's not how it goes. That's really cool. I'm wondering what the power scaling is going to be like. I hope we get some more clarification on that, because we do learn about some, what's his name, what's actually have it written down here, Baharuth Empire Wizard, and that was Stronghoff who said that Ainz may be even stronger than that monster. So I'm really interested to see what's going on there. That guy must be truly strong. If he's even saying Lord Ainz may be stronger, because he saw Lord Ainz in action, and he said maybe stronger. So I don't know. That's something I can't wait to see. Maybe we'll get that this season too. So, as always, guys, sure leave a like, come subscribe, phone Twitter, X25. See you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.